Good morning. A warm welcome to all of you on this cold day. I'm greeting you from Boston College. It's snowing outside, something we were not expecting, and I think at this point in our lives is probably not very welcome. Welcome to the Boise Center's first annual Graduate Student Conference. Today's conference, as you know, is on pandemic and religion. I am Mark Massa and have the great good fortune to serve as the director of the Boise Center. As many of you know, the Boise Center for Religion and American Public Life here at Boston College is an interdisciplinary center with many moving parts. Faculty seminars for faculty within Boston College and also a regular joint faculty seminar with other institutions this semester. We're doing that with Trinity College, Hartford. In a normal year, if we can remember anything like what normal was like, we host lectures, conferences, visiting scholars from other institutions in an undergraduate honors concentration within Boston College. This year, all of our programming is on Zoom, just as it is undoubtedly at your home institutions. The Boise Center is blessed with an energetic and hardworking staff, especially Susie Richard, our administrator, and Ann McClenahan, special projects manager. But this morning, I'd like to especially thank our hardworking graduate assistant, Zac Karanovich, who has done the lion's share of heavy lifting of today's conference. The idea for today's conference, Boise's first, was Zac's idea from the get-go, and he has overseen the entire process from last June to this morning. As all of you know, it takes a great deal of effort to make something look effortless, and Zac is the person we should all thank for our conversations this morning. So with that, I bid you welcome and turn the stage, or rather the Zoom screen, over to Zac.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, everyone. As Mark said, my name is Zac Karanovich, and I serve as the Graduate Research Assistant here at the Boise Center. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the Boise Center's inaugural Student Conference, Pandemic and Religion. We hope it is the first of many graduate conferences, though I pray that the theme of pandemic is never again relevant to explore. COVID has touched the lives of each one of us and everyone throughout the world. It's been the most devastating experience many of us have or will experience in our lifetimes. The masks, the isolation, maybe some among us here have even had it. The unemployment, lost businesses, lost livelihoods, and this doesn't even begin to touch the tragedy of the nearly 2.5 million lives that have been lost worldwide. I read an article this last Monday in The Atlantic entitled "The Most Likely Timeline for Life to Return to Normal." The author wrote that barring any unforeseen surges or vaccine-resistant variants, we will likely see a pretty normal summer, even if it's late summer. With the rollout of vaccines in full swing, the end of the pandemic, at least in its current manifestation, is on the horizon. And the relative calm that has emerged, now that the light at the end of the tunnel can be seen, allows us to think a bit more clearly about some of its ramifications. Of particular interest today is how pandemic has interacted with religion. From the ways past pandemics have been dealt with theologically to applications of biblical wisdom to our current situation, from the influence of quarantine on the commodification of persons to the challenges, legal or illegal, of restrictions on worship. As this was our first conference, we wondered what the response would be to the call for papers. As proposals began arriving, we were surprised by the response, and we were excited to hear the papers representing a number of disciplines offered by presenters who represent 16 institutions across the country, from the JST to BC. While the topic is certainly relevant today, we also think that our featured respondents had something to do with attracting such high caliber papers from high achieving graduate students. So we thank those respondents: Nancy Emmerman, John Baldwin, Kristen Heyer, M. Kathleen Caveney, Mark Massa, Hasman Ospino. We thank also the Dean's Office of the Morrissey College of Arts and Sciences here at Boston College for their generous support of today's conference. And I personally want to thank Mark, our director, Susan Richard, as he mentioned earlier, our administrator, and Dr. McClenahan, who in countless ways have all wonderfully supported this endeavor. And finally, I owe my gratitude to my friend and today's co-facilitator, Nathan Woodhouse, who many of you will get to interact with as the day progresses. So thank you all. Now to a few logistical matters. You all should have, and please keep in your possession, a full conference schedule that includes the links and meeting IDs for each of today's sessions, either the paper sessions or full sessions like this one. Those are your keys to participating throughout the day. The link itself, without the particular meeting ID, should be sufficient to get you where you want to go. If for some reason the link doesn't work, you can join the meeting by using the meeting ID through the main page of Zoom, which functions like a side door to the meeting rooms. We ask that you please do your best to arrive on time to the session so as not to distract presenters who see Zoom screens popping on and off, shuffling. And if you opt to leave, try to do so between presentations for the same reason. So I welcome you all to now begin moving to the first concurrent paper session that begins at 9 o'clock, exploring either liturgical theology and ecclesiology or historical and contemporary theology. Again, those sessions begin at 9 o'clock. Thank you again, and we're looking forward to a great conference. Thanks, folks.